Council and the Ad Council.
You're now back in the booth with Big Man and Jay Lee on ChicagolandSportsRadio.com.
All right, so you all right?
Yeah, I'm good, man.
Yeah,
better than ever.
So, good thing you pointing this out because we've been talking about this all week.
We have. We've been touching on it all week. I've been talking, That was
yeah, you did.
I set you up and you fell for it. You fell for it.
You're right. I will. I'm here. So,
what accent is that?
I don't know.
What country is that? Just made up a place.
Just something?
Go ahead.
Here we go. So, parents allowing sex in the house. This right here is something that I guess is becoming more popular now. I guess they were saying now, with the whole social networking, age and how everything is right now, that this might be the best way to I guess, protect your kids
from.
This is the safest way for them to engage in sex, is to do it in the house. We've come a long way from abstinence.
Yeah, you can stop teaching that.
It's a wrap. So my question to you guys, us being all guys, what do you think about this new thing of parents letting their kids have sex in the house?
Well, Mom, Dad, I hate to tell y'all this, but I've been having sex in the house forever. You know what I'm saying? And thousands of other kids have. It's called when you go to work. I'm hitting something. When I come home from school, chances are you're not home.
Right.
I'm hitting something.
Okay.
When you go out that night, I'm hitting something. So
your sex life is planned around
exactly
the ins and outs.
Kids' sex life is planned around where such and such mama's at, who got a car, where can we go that's dark. You can allow me to have sex in your house all you want. Hey, that's great, but I don't need permission to have sex in your house. I'm already having it. So you don't need to tell me something that I already know. It's like giving me permission. Hey, it's food in the refrigerator. Yeah, I know. I just opened it. So you can have sex in the house. Oh, that's cool. I came last night while you was at dinner. I'm straight. So this means nothing to me. Nothing.
Be easy. Talking about when you were in high school and your parents said you can have sex in the house. Just have it at the house. How would you feel about it if your parents told you that?
I'm just going to throw something out there.
Go ahead,
I'm
man.
25.
Okay.
If I said I was going to do it now, dead.
Dead?
Exactly. That is the thing. Like,
I'm gone.
You can't have sex in your parents' house and they know about it.
Right.
It's weird. I ain't kissed a girl in front of my mother.
You can't even come on that second floor, let alone get in the real living room.
Okay.
You're in that fake living room that has the old couch, the old TV.
So you can't come in the main house.
You're not going in the real living room with the white couch,
right?
The plastic, let alone upstairs.
Well, my question to you, man. What exactly do the parents think they're protecting the kids from by allowing them to have sex in the house? By saying that it's okay.
That's the funny thing about this whole thing, because I'm reading the quote from one of the mothers, and it's like, I'd rather he do it here than somewhere else. With the kids having sex at home, it's a safer environment because, it's clean. And usually the place they keep the condoms are in the bedroom.
I tell you what, you're not worried about the environment being clean when you're having sex. You're worried about that boy's penis being clean
right.
when you're having sex. So it could be dirty as hell in the room. If he's got a clean penis, everything is good. But if your house is clean and he's been banging everything out around town and he's burning, even if you letting him have sex in the house, it don't matter. So the only way I see this working is if you talk to him, hey, is Jimmy coming over? Okay. Has Jimmy been tested? Okay, before y'all start all that in the bedroom, let me put the condom on him. Like that's it. Like, that's the only way you can make sure, because you can tell your kids, hey, you can have sex in my house. Do you really want to hear your daughter, Like, do you really want to hear that as a father, as a mother?
No.
Like, no. Kids don't want to do that in front of their parents unless shit is really bad there.
Okay, see, here's the thing, when I watched this on Good Morning America, I believe they had the fathers and mothers.
Yeah.
It was the mothers that were either kind of okay with it or okay with it.
Bust downs in high school.
It was the dads who was like, not in my house.
Exactly.
Never.
Exactly.
And the father brought up something that I wasn't thinking about, and the mother didn't get when he said it. He was like, my problem is that if you start allowing your kids to have sex in the house, you have the potential of staining them for life as being sluts.
I'll tell you what, man.
And the mother was like, no, I don't think so. He's like, yes, you do.
But if your daughter's a slut, whether or not you letting her have sex in the house or not, she's gonna find a way to get to some cock.
Right. No, but here's the thing. We both talked about this. If you're dating a girl, right? You just dating her. You're in high school, just dating her, and you're like, you go to her house. My mom's home. Your mom's home, and she's like, oh, it's okay. She's cool with it. You be like, all right, cool. So you do your thing. But now you go back to school, like, man.
Yeah, moms was, but I mean, like, dude, I was in high school, and I would go to girls' houses, and their parents would be there, and we would still do what we wanted to do. Like, this in no way, shape, or form prevents anything,
right? Because
kids are still gonna have sex. If your daughter's a slut, sir, she's gonna be a slut whether you allow her to have sex in the house or whether she's gonna get her back blown out in the back of a car. Like, it's gonna happen wherever. Whenever, where there's a place to lay or bend over, it's gonna happen.
Damn.
Whether or not you bring them in the house or not, like, you can say, "Oh, you can have sex in the house," but kids, it's not gonna deter them at all,
right?
And it's not gonna encourage it, because at the end of the day, it's still weird to do any stuff like that in front of your parents.
With your parents around.
I'm almost, you know what I'm saying? I'm 28 years old, and like Brandon said, I'm not doing nothing in front of my mother.
Right.
Any good that would have came of this whole program, I want you to know, any good that would have came of it, you ruined it.
Why's that?
Ruined it.
Why's that?
Ruined it.
What happened?
Your whole view of that.
It's the truth.
No
man.
positive.
It's the truth, man.
No positive.
Jay Lee, you have to understand, when Jay Lee talks about something, he usually comes from it from a real side.
I come from experience. I come from experience, man. I'm literally coming from experience. Like, coming up in high school, my mother would, and both of y'all know my mom. She was cool. My mother, in my eyes, my mother still thinks, like, I still pretend like my mom thinks I'm a virgin.
Well,
but in my mother's eyes, she set a cup of rubbers.
That's what I'm going to say.
On my dresser. I remember when I was 14 years old.
I remember coming to your crib when we were in high school, and I remember the big gulp of condoms. I was just like, man, he ran open. My mom put that there. Damn.
And that's the thing. Like, kids need to understand that your parents were your age once before. Every trick that you've tried, they know. Your parents know when you're having sex. They can tell your walk is different. As a boy, you 16 years old and you done got your first little piece. You come in the house, you got a swag to you. I ain't doing them dishes. I'm
demanding dinner.
You know what I'm saying?
So, but the thing in the program that was kind of interesting is when they were talking to the young girls said, well, the thing about it is that we always had that as our last defense of saying a reason to say no to guys. Right. Because if a guy was over the house, we're like, well, my mom's going to kill me. Right. My mom's in the house. My parents are here. No, we can't do that because, and it'd always be an easy way. But now it's like, if the cat's out the bag and they know that your parents are cool with it, why are you saying no for?
Right,
your parents are cool with it.
Can you imagine that, though? Just that being your excuse and there's him throwing out there, your mom's cool with it.
Right.
Your mom like it. But
she doesn't mind.
All right, so here's a situation for you. You at a girl's house, or let's say you like these kids and their parents say they're cool with it, and then they're having sex and their parents walk in on it. Do you really think their parents are going to, and like this is like a 16-year-old girl, you think their parents are going to say, oh, I'm sorry, close the door and walk out? Like, you really think they're going to do that? Like, this is not drinking we're talking about.
Right.
Where, hey, I prefer you drink in the house. That way you don't get arrested, drive your car, and kill anybody. You're talking about allowing your daughter to be penetrated by a man in your house.
Right.
While y'all watching TV.
Yeah.
Like, 3 o'clock in the afternoon, he just bends your daughter over after lunch while you sitting there watching TV. Like, that's what I think.
I don't think they're actually having sex in front of them.
But I'm just saying, like, that's the extreme.
Okay.
Like, this is what you have to understand. Out of respect for your parents' house, don't have sex like that. Like, don't just because your mother says it's okay, don't do it. Like, I respect my mother enough to know I'm gonna have sex in your house. Which, hey, we live with my mom. I got down. I would wait for my, right. Out of respect for my mother, shut up. Keep your mouth shut. If you feel the need to scream, bite the pillow. But wait for my mother to go to sleep. Out of respect for my mother.
Right. Of course.
I don't want my mother to know I'm having sex, but she knows I'm having sex. But right. I'm able to pretend like I'm not having sex. My mother pretends like I'm not having sex, and we keep the balance in the house. The second my mother knows I'm having sex, it gets weird the next morning. Because my mother has to watch this young lady leave, then she has to watch the next young lady come in the house. that's different from the young lady that she heard moaning last night. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just creates that. But so if you can continue the masquerade, like, hey,
I'm not doing nothing.
I'm not doing nothing. What y'all do last night? We watched the movie, we went to sleep.
Okay.
You know, I'm not going to say what happened. You know, like, how weird would that be?
Because
what y'all do last night? Oh, man, I banged her out, watched the movie, banged her out some more.
That's my boy.
And then you fixed us some brown. I'm so proud of you, baby. I'm sorry. And your father look over. You do that little thing I do to your mother? Like I told you. Come here, watch this. You know what I'm saying? Like that. It just creates awkward situations.
And as your mother always says, she doesn't want what?
I don't want no babies.
So as long as there's nothing, so there's no proof. Of sex
there's
happening.
No proof of anything happening.
Exactly.
That's my thing. Keep the balance. Respect your mama's house.
When we come back,
at least let her fall asleep.
When we come back, we're going to this.
You want to have sex? Get your own place. If you want to have loud, uncontrollable sex in your living room.